I think it's just going to get weirder and weirder and weirder, and finally it's going to be so weird that people are going to have to talk about how weird it is. And at that point, novelty theory can come out of the woods, because eventually people are going to say, what the hell is going on? It's just too nuts. It's not enough to say it's nuts. You have to explain why it's so nuts.
This Henny got me feeling crazy. This Henny got me wanting the shit. This Henny got me feeling like DDG. This Henny making me want to go to the mall and do something crazy. I don't give a shit. This Za got me shitting like the Henny got me shitting. Uh-oh. That Henny about to make me shit.
What's up, fart knockers, and welcome to a special episode of the BDC show. As you can see, we're back in Texas, and that's the skyline of Dallas there. When we left last time, we were sitting on the side of the highway in Georgia because somebody had been shot by the cops. Oh, look at this. Dallas has its own World Trade Center. I didn't even know. I saw that and was like, well, holy shit. And there's also medieval times there, you know, like from that movie, The Cable Guy. But anyway, yeah, last time we were in Georgia and some guy got shot by the cops, so we were like stuck on the highway. But we ended up making that delivery, and then after that, they sent us to Palestine, Texas, which was a good run because it was like from basically like the Atlanta metro area all the way to Texas, that was like a good 800 miles, so that was cool. And then from there we went up to Irving to pick up a trailer, and that trailer was going to Tennessee, just east of Knoxville or Nashville, one of the two. I always get those two mixed up, but anyways, it doesn't matter. While we were in Texas though, it was really cool, like, because I got to have Whataburger for the first time in a long time. I've had it before, but like I had it like in I think it was Tennessee or Missouri or some oddball place where you wouldn't expect to see a Whataburger, and I don't know, it wasn't the same. Like, it didn't have that same kick to it that it did when I used to eat it all the time when I lived in Texas. But so check this out. As we were driving through Dallas, I saw this guy. He was like in a little, like a lawnmower type deal, like with a big fan on the back and a parachute, and he was just flying around like all over Dallas. It was crazy. And I was just watching him thinking, that dude is totally insane. There's no way you would ever get me up in one of those things ever. There's just no way. There's absolutely no way. But you know, if he's having a good time, I mean, who am I to rain on his parade, right? So let him do his thing. But he was really high up and doing some crazy spins, and it was nuts. But, you know, like I said, good for him. I hope he's enjoying himself with his crazy ass. So there it is in all of its glory. Look at the grease on that hamburger bun, ladies and gentlemen. If I ever have a heart attack, that hamburger right there is probably the thing that pushed it over the cliff, because it was absolutely insane. And now you can watch me chow down like a fucking total fat ass doing fat boy shit. Look at that. Haven't even finished chewing yet. He's already sucking on the soda, the big 64-ounce soda and shit. And he hasn't even swallowed that before he's taken another bite. Yeah, but anyway, so I just wanted to say also that this channel will never, ever bow down to any kind of efforts to control it or censor it, regardless of what kind of guilt trip or, whatever you want to try to send me on. That's just not going to work. Like, I've grown beyond anyone's control anymore, and I just do my own thing now. So don't even try, okay? That's to all my haters out there. I'm not going to give you, I know you desperately want the attention that you crave, but I'm just not going to do it. I'm not going to bow to that. So, I'll do whatever I want on this channel, and if you don't like it, hey, don't watch it. And if you do watch it, fucking subscribe at least. You don't got to comment, but, subscribe and like. There it is, 6-7. I was shower guest number 67, or shower guest number 6-7, if you will, when I went and took a shower the other day, which was fucking glorious, man. Like, I was smelling so bad. Look at this shirt. You can't fix stupid. I saw it immediately. I was like, I'm going to buy that. Like, I don't care. It's a little, I don't know. And that's Brute right there, ladies and gentlemen, making its return from the 70s and 80s. You got to smell the part, you know what I mean? So you got to wear Brute or Old Spice or some type of aftershave with little or no alcohol, because alcohol dries your face out and makes you look old. So if you've been paying attention to AI like I have, you will know that AI is completely out of control. Don't mind those noises you just heard in the background. That's just my truck acting weird. I'm sitting still, but it's acting like there's somebody coming up on my side. But anyway, I took scenes from the original Karate Kid and put it into an AI generator, and it made some absolutely crazy shit. So I figured I would go ahead and share it with you, since we're not doing anything right now anyway. We're going to end up probably being late to this delivery because it's through no fault of my own. I picked it up in Irving late, and when I got to it, it was like, oh, you have to deliver it on this day. And I'm like, that's in like, it was like a certain time too. And I was just like, that's like 6 hours from now. And I was like 700 miles away. So they're supposed to be working on it, but I don't know if they're going to do that or not. So I don't know. But anyway, yeah, so we got these AI clips here, which I thought were absolutely hilarious. When I saw them, I was like, yeah, I should probably share them with the group. Because, I mean, let's face it, my content, it's pretty lame, it's pretty boring. It's just, oh, look, he's driving again for like the 20th week in a row. No, I'm just kidding, not 20 weeks, but like, it has been what, like almost 9 months? I was thinking about it the other day. I'm probably more comfortable driving a truck than a car at this point, because this is literally the only vehicle I've driven since June. I don't know. They took my car away, dude. The GM came and got it, and then they gave me some checks, which was dope. I still have them too. I'm waiting to see how all this tax bullshit's gonna break down, and maybe because I owe California, I owe Indiana. And I got like a measly $250 back from the feds, but I'm sure the feds are going to take that $250 and apply it to whatever outstanding balances I have. So, but hopefully, if it's a small enough amount, like if it's under $4,000, I mean, I can just pay it right now. But good luck going on their website and trying to get a straight answer from anybody. But so yeah, I'm not really sure what exactly is going on right now. I'm basically having to wait until dispatch figures out what we're doing as far as this delivery. I got all the way to Arkansas, and then they were like, hey, hold on, stop for a second. We might have to T-call this in Little Rock. And I'm like, man, fuck. And that means like you drop it short of your delivery, and then somebody else comes and gets it later. But this footage you're looking at right here, this is an Arkansas rest area. And they do their rest areas like they do prisons, man. The walls are made out of cinder block. The toilet is made out of solid stainless steel. they definitely don't want you going in there tearing that shit up. But of course, people are still going to find ways to put the graffiti on the walls. And when I was in there, I was dominating one, okay? I was farting and shitting. And some people came in, and the guy immediately was like, "God damn," or something like that, some kind of exclamation, just to let me know that, he could smell my dookie. But yeah, it was pretty gnarly. So we ended up stopping at this rest area, and then it was literally like hours before dispatch even got back to me about whether or not I could proceed. And in the end, they did. They were like, "Yeah, go ahead and go." So I'm like, yeah, I could have just been doing that while you guys were figuring this shit out. And hey, if I had to turn around and go back to Little Rock, I would have turned around and went back to Little Rock. It don't matter to me. When you're in the home state of Bill Clinton, Mr. Epstein, frequent flyer himself, you can do all kinds of things. Turnarounds, reach-arounds. You can do reverse cowboys, reverse cowgirls. You can do Volkswagen Touaregs. You can do the cast of the Flintstones. You can do George Steinbrenner. You can do Ricky Chicky Bobby Wobbin. You can do all kinds of things. You know what I'm saying? So, don't leave it up to me, man, because, you're fucking this goat, okay? I'm just holding its head, so don't get all up in my face talking about all this and that and top and whatnot. And it wouldn't be an episode of the BDC show if we didn't have a shot of us going over the Mississippi River. We do it way too much. I don't know why, but it's the biggest river in the country, or, the widest or whatever, but, you just got to show it off. But anyway, this is crossing over from Arkansas into Memphis, Tennessee, and you can tell because there's that big pyramid that it used to be called the Memphis Pyramid, but now I think it's owned by those Duck Dynasty guys. I think they're still around. I don't know. But yeah, it was actually pretty crazy going into Tennessee because Interstate 24 was a mess. I ended up getting stuck in traffic for 4 hours. It was kind of like that Atlanta guy getting shot all over again, but you'll see it in a little bit. But I'm kind of giving away the what's coming up next. But yeah, you can see here traffic, wall-to-wall traffic. It sucked. Basically, what ended up happening was it was a 4-lane it's a 4-lane interstate at the point where I was at, and it all, because of construction, it all came down to just one lane, the right lane, the one that I'm in right now. And of course, because people don't know how to fucking merge, they just hung out until the absolute last minute, and then what I heard on the radio was that somebody, another truck driver, had jackknifed his shit right at the point where it comes down to one lane. So we all just had to sit for I was there for 3 hours. It really chewed up my my 14-hour clock, which sucked because it was when I left, after I made the delivery, I had to basically go up north to Ohio, and it was a hard delivery time. It had to be there at 9:30 in the morning, so it was I had to drive as far as I could with as much time as I could to get up there, and because they wouldn't budge with the time. They wouldn't let me show up a little bit later. They wouldn't let me show up even 30 minutes late. So I had to be there at 9:30, and so I drove as hard as I could after I got out of all that bullshit, and I got pretty close, and then I had to stop because it was you have to take a 10-hour break, so it's I had to stop to have enough time to get to the delivery, and I ended up getting there at 9:20 in the morning, so I was actually pretty proud of that, because the last couple of deliveries before that had been late. So you can see here it was backed up. It had to be at least 40 miles, because everything just came to a dead stop because some idiot fucking jackknifed his truck And, you know, they had to get, I guess, a wrecker in there. I don't know how the fuck they did that. I didn't see anybody actually going by, but... And then you got idiots like this. Like, I was watching this, and I literally couldn't believe what I was seeing. I was like, look at this fucking idiot, like, blocking lanes of traffic so he can sneak by me to get over on the fucking side that, you know, was going to be shutting down in a few miles. It's like, ah! And, of course, it's a pickup, bro. Those guys are the worst, man. Like, I mean, I'm not saying everybody, but, like, especially, like, the young guys that drive pickups, like, slow the fuck down, dude. Like, you know, I mean, what else? I don't know. I have no idea, but I just get frustrated with traffic in general. Like, I mean, that's to be expected. When your job is basically nothing but driving for hours on end, I mean, what do you expect? Your biggest fucking complaint is going to be other drivers on the road, or maybe construction. I don't know. Yeah, but anyway, so I delivered in Ohio, and then I went to like a Procter & Gamble warehouse, which is cool because their trailers always smell awesome. And but unfortunately from there they were going to send me to New Jersey. Look at these idiots passing on the shoulder. Like that's what I'm talking about, man. Like it shocks me that people in Tennessee can't drive, considering that like their favorite sport is like just watching people drive in circles, making left turns for like 5 hours straight. Like, I don't know, like, I don't know what to say about those fucking people, man, but the Northeast isn't any better. Like, when you get up into New Jersey, like, everybody drives like a fucking asshole anyway, so I guess you're screwed no matter what. But anyways, yeah, so I guess after this, it's off to New Jersey, which basically will be the Pennsylvania Turnpike the whole way, Interstate 76. So that's actually one of my favorite highways because they have those service plazas. It's like a rest area, but it's like a mall. You can go inside and buy some clothes, some shoes. You can get a big pretzel. These places are awesome, dude. Service plazas should become the norm, not, you know, a rarity. You know what I'm saying? Alright, so I just wanted to show this. I know one of our viewers, an old buddy, goes by the name of Cat. I don't know if living in England, if you're aware of this, but at all truck stops, well, most truck stops, there's a company called Cat Scales, and you can drive onto it and weigh your truck and everything in the back. And so I was at this one in Ohio when I was on my way out to New Jersey, and not only was there a cat scale, but in the background you can also see, as the camera or as the picture zooms out, there was also a water tower with the cat logo on it, which I thought was kind of cool. Like, they're actually a really good company. Like, you can weigh your truck, and like if later on you go through a weigh station and the weight is off, they will actually pay for the ticket and get it wiped off your record. Like, it's all like guaranteed and shit. So on our way to New Jersey, though, this is just in West Virginia, I believe. We basically drove right into a huge storm, like a rain, like it was a crazy storm, thunder, lightning, wind, and of course rain. It was nuts. But this is Interstate 70 heading east, coming out of Ohio into West Virginia. It's crazy because like you're in Ohio and then like you're in West Virginia for like 20 minutes, and then you're in Pennsylvania for the rest of the time while you're driving east. But yeah, it was a crazy storm, and it was going the same direction that I was driving in. So once I got into it, I pretty much was like in the storm the entire time. And so I thought about stopping, but I was like, one, don't be a bitch, and two, like, the storm is just going to keep coming. It's not going to stop just because, you know, I stopped or whatever. So I just said fuck it, toughed it out, and kept on pushing. But that's just part of the job, you know. Now that I feel like, I don't want to jump the gun and say it, but I'll go ahead and say it. I feel like we survived winter, or the first winter as a driver, and so I'm kind of like, you know, you gotta start pushing yourself a little bit more. I mean, it's not rain or it's not snow, it's not ice, you know, so stop being a little bitch and come on. You know what I mean? But yeah, so I just kept on driving. I drove until my clock ran out and then basically just finished up the next day. I hate New Jersey. I don't like going there. It's my second least favorite place after Atlanta. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up for this week. I mean, this has been a good 20 minutes, I think. But this time we have a little bonus round coming up. It's called I Can't Even Shit in Peace. It's a video I shot while I was... Yeah, look at that. That's fucking... that's New Jersey for you right there. But, yeah, it's called I Can't Even Shit in Peace. And I was, trying to shit and this guy was talking on his phone. So enjoy that. I'll see you next week.
Okay. Yeah, I got it. Wow, okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay, yeah, thank you. Okay. Yeah.